What's up, y'all? I just got out of seeing Drive Away Dolls, the new movie from Ethan Coen, one half of the Coen brothers team. I'm gonna try to keep this video short because it's actually really warm out today, and the AC in my car is broken, so I need to get the vent fan turned up. I have it low right now, so it's not distracting in this video, and I need to get my windows down before I start sweating like a pig. So I'm gonna try to speak fast. I'm gonna try to keep my thoughts short. This movie, it has a lot of the things that you come to expect when watching a Coen brothers film, even though this is only one of the Coen brothers. Great dialogue, fun situations, multiple plot lines that all kind of sort of come together in the end, fun characters. I think Margaret Qualley really gets to be herself in this film. This is the one time where the character she plays is a very Margaret Qualley character, just to the absolute top degree, and she kind of gets to carry it the entire runtime. I think it's kind of sad. I think this is a movie people need to go see. I think this is the type of movie we kind of need to be supporting in theaters, even though I wouldn't say this movie is great by any means. It has a lot of great qualities to it. I think when compared to something like Madam Web, which is one of the most recent films I saw in theaters, that had it's getting the support. It's a Marvel movie. It's a big production company movie. People are coming out to see it. Whereas this film, unless you're going to the theater often and you saw the trailer like I did and kind of thought, oh, that looks like something fun that I could go visit, this movie's not going to get a lot of people to come see it. Like this showing I just went to, there was me and 4 other people in a theater that could sit maybe up to 50 people, which is really sad because this movie has a lot to offer when it comes to fun theater experiences. It has a lot of campy vibes to it, although sometimes the campiness feels unnecessary. It's still like, they're having fun making the movie. It has a lot of funny dialogue, has a lot of funny situations, but because it's not something that's gonna get a big Super Bowl commercial, it's not something that's gonna be popping up on your Instagram all the time while you're mindlessly scrolling. A lot of people aren't gonna come visit, and that sucks, because no, this isn't the best kind of smaller, independent kind of shot on camera film I've ever seen in a theater. It's still like this kind of cinema, this kind of movies deserve to be recognized. I'm gonna go into why I don't think this is one of the best I've seen, even from the Coen brothers. Like I said before, the campiness is great. It's very fun in some parts, and then there's sometimes I'm like, that's kind of weird that they're choosing to be campy about like a very minute kind of situation like this. But it's fun. They're having fun making a movie, and I always encourage that. It's a very sexual movie, and at first it's like, okay, they're establishing the characters, the sexual situation, some of the sexual dialogue, some of the sexual scenes are comedic in nature. And then there was some times where I'm like, okay, how horny was Ethan Coen when he was making it? It genuinely feels like he was just trying to get all his fantasies into one movie. And I was like, you kind of get taken aback by it. Like, even some of the, I could feel even though there was only four of us in the theater, you could kind of feel the uncomfortableness between all four of us, even though how far we were sat apart. It was just like, like, how horny was this dude making? How horny was he when he was making this film? So that, you know, I get it in some parts, and then other parts I'm like, okay, like, it kind of needs to dial back a little bit. What else? Oh, the kind of going along with the campiness, the transitions. The transitions are, you know, great in this film. Some of them are like, oh, that's really clever. And then there's other where it's like a really hard transition, like a very creative transition that's so kind of out of place that it's jarring, that you kind of miss the first 15 seconds of the scene that it transitions to, because you're still trying to recover from what a wacky transition that was. That's another thing. They could have dialed back just a little bit. I think they were great. I think they were misplaced sometimes. And then there was some like LSD, like animated like sequences sometimes, like something you kind of saw in The Big Lebowski, when it's like, you know, he's high and there's like this weird dream sequence. You know, at first it was kind of like, oh, that's a Coen Brothers thing. And then by the third or fourth one, you're like, okay, this just feels like filler. It literally felt like, you know, a 1 to 2 minute sequence where it's like, I don't really know what to put in between these two scenes, so we're just gonna look at a pizza like we're tripping on shrooms for 2 minutes so we can extend the runtime. And you know, I was, you know, during like the first couple times I was like, okay. Third or fourth time I'm like, what am I sitting through right now? Like, can we get back to the like, you established a story, you know, pretty early on. Like, these girls are on a trip down to Tallahassee, and they get this briefcase, which at first I thought it was like a Pulp Fiction, like you don't know what's in the briefcase, but it's valuable. Then they do eventually reveal what's in the briefcase, and I'm not gonna lie, it completely took me for it. Like, I was not expecting that at all, so that's great. Back on track though. You've established this pretty great plot, and it feels like after they establish a plot, it feels like they're like kind of just waiting around, like the film, not the people I mean, but the filmmakers. You know, it felt like they were just kind of like, you know, we got the beginning, we got the end, now we're just kind of, you know, we're gonna kind of bide our time until we get to the end. So, you know, maybe not everybody's gonna agree with me on that part, but that's how I felt sitting in the theater watching it. Anyways, I said I was gonna keep this short. It's 8 minutes now, way longer than some of my videos, but I feel like I got everything I need out there, what I've said about this film. Fun, has its redeeming qualities. Not the best I've ever seen though, especially from Coen, like the Coen brothers. Even though this is only one Coen brother, you know what I mean. But still something I think deserves like this kind of filmmaking, this kind of independent creativity, not big studio driven movies like Madam Web, like Marvel movies, like whatever. I think this is one people need to go support, because we need to support more cinema, more movies like this. Anyways, hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.